Mr. Kinzinger for 5 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's very interesting. I agree with my colleague that spoke previously. America needs to be a voice for freedom in the world. America is a great nation. I find it interesting that we talk about the need to be engaged, which I agree, but then we talk about the need to leave Iraq before we know for a fact that we're leaving a very stable country. I find it interesting people are rushing to the exits in Afghanistan, and I understand that's a tough and difficult war, but in the process we have brought people, millions of people, freedom. We've brought women the ability to go to school. We've brought people the ability to live their lives in freedom and not under an oppressed regime. You know, America is a great country. We're an amazing country that is a force for freedom in this world. And it's a country I'm very proud of. And having have served in the military and continuing to serve as a pilot in the Air National Guard, I understand that the people that I serve with are part of that great country. One of the concerns in our country, though, right now is in order to back up and to support a great military and to support a great force for freedom, you have to have a great economy. What bothers me is that in 2009 in this chamber a stimulus was passed which cost in just a few minutes of debate as much as the war in Iraq has cost in 8 years. In just a few minutes, we were promised that unemployment would not go above 8%, and in fact, unemployment has never gone below 8% since the passage of the stimulus. But you know what has gone up? Not employment, debt and deficit. More and more burden that we're piling onto our children. Now the president's coming out with a plan that says we can't wait. We can't wait to pass stimulus version 2. It really, if you look at it in the depths of what this jobs plan is, it's stimulus 2. It's in essence a carbon copy of stimulus 1, but a little bit smaller. I've heard people in this chamber argue actually that the problem with the first stimulus is it wasn't large enough. Now I disagree. I think that's the wrong answer, but let's say for a moment that that's right. Let's say the problem is it wasn't large enough. Why would you introduce a second stimulus that's even smaller and say, this is the miracle bullet right here. This is how we're going to pull ourselves out? I don't know how many times we have to do the same thing over and over and over again until we realize it doesn't work. American people are hurting. You know, the definition of insanity, by the way, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. House Republicans have a plan for America's job creators. We've had a plan for America and America's jobs creators and our economy for many, many months. Now, despite that people can get on television and say Republicans have no plan, doesn't make it true. You're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own set of facts. The facts are, at jobs.gop.gov, we have a plan. That plan includes empowering small business, reducing regulation on job creators, not to a dangerous level as some on the other side of the aisle have you to believe that, oh, we want to take away all regulation. We don't. But what we want to do is find that balance between allowing the free market to breathe, allowing people to come in and say, I want to hire people. I want to create more jobs. I don't need the heavy hand of government to come in and give me the permission to do what I'm doing. We do have to fix the tax code. I think both sides of the aisle agree that there has to be tax code reparations to go on to make it better and easier to do business. We have to boost competitiveness for American manufacturers. Look, American manufacturers aren't leaving because it's nicer in China and the weather's better. They're leaving because they simply can't afford to access the 95% of consumers that live outside of our country and do it competitively. But I think with all these things, and again, with the Republican plan for America's job creators, I think we have to acknowledge areas where we found success in bipartisanship. And one of those happened just a week ago when we passed the 3 trade agreements with Colombia, Panama, and South Korea. We've shown that this chamber has the ability to work together. So, yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait until the end of the election for the president to come with a real plan and to work with Republicans. We want to stand together. I get it. An election's coming up next November. We all understand that. You're going to see about it on television. But let's not miss the next 14 months. Let's not miss this opportunity to really stand up and govern and get the American people back to work. And I yield back.